everyone, and thank you so much for joining. So I'm sorry I've been away for a while. It's been busy couple of months, and I am back with what I think is a really fun video. Now, I've been seeing a lot of those birthday lawn signs for a while now, and I wanted to make one. So when my mom's birthday came around, I thought, perfect opportunity, I'm gonna try to do this. The theme that I selected is Hawaii. So that is kind of what this whole thing is united as, and I'm gonna be doing a number of projects that I think are really fun and really cute. And I hope you enjoy all of them, and please let me know what you think. Now, before we go, I just want to say, please subscribe, like, and share my channel and this video, because I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and it will be amazing, and I would really appreciate this. And now, let's go. So the whole project started with this wooden block. I thought this would be a perfect totem pole. Over here you can see us drilling and trying to figure out a way to make this totem pole stand up. So the chainsaw was used to create a little slit for the mouth, and then on the top another area with the chainsaw. This will be used for the decoration on top. To make this totem pole stand up, we needed to figure out a way of how to do this. So we took this metal pole, cut it to size so that it's smaller, so that we have about, I'd say, 2 feet in the ground and then 2 feet above the ground of this metal thing. When you hammer it down into the ground and put the wooden block on top, hopefully it should stand up. Now the challenge of us here was that the ground had a rock, so at a certain point we couldn't hammer it any longer. That's why it looks wobbly. But I am hoping for the best that it will work better later on my parents' front yard. So here I am prepping to paint this. I have looked up different totem poles and I kind of got inspired, and over here just really fast time lapse of how I painted the whole totem pole. The key was really to use bright colors. The face was pretty kind of angry looking, but at the same time kind of fun and bright. Over here I have all of the different colored paper that I thought would be perfect for kind of like the top decoration, because on the top I wanted to have some kind of like greenery, almost like leaves, and I thought, why not make them out of paper? Here I'm showing you a few different kinds of leaves that I decided to do. So one simple, just cutting it out, and this one over here I actually have done a different video. I'm gonna link it up there over here at the top. You can see how it's made, but it's essentially cutting oval shape and then bending the leaves, and then when you open it up you have this really nice kind of textured paper that looks like a palm leaf. Here's another color for the leaves, because I thought just one color didn't have enough dimension, so why not use another color? The only other color I had was blue. Now, just so that you guys understand, all of our stores are currently locked for the quarantine, and I cannot really even buy paper. I mean, I could order, but I just didn't want. I wanted to use whatever I have. Over here I'm trying to figure out happy and how to cut it. I only had one piece of orange paper, and over here I have my little mock-up happy birthday so that I can see how many letters I need. I did not have a ruler, so I just used whatever I could. If you noticed over here, when creating these letters, thickness of the letter should be really all throughout. So over here you notice that the H all of throughout, even in the middle, is that same thickness, and I recorded that thickness so that over here when I'm doing A, I have that same thickness happening yet again. This basically makes sure that it's unified and we have the same kind of thickness letters, and you don't have like a skinny letter versus like a larger kind of heavier letter. For the inside, for the A, that little kind of window, I used little manicure scissors. It's much easier to cut. Now this is where all of the Amazon boxes and all the other boxes that I had that I didn't throw away came in very, very useful. So the paper is great, but it will be flimsy if it's just light paper, so you need some kind of backing. Over here I am cutting out the rough shape in a cardboard. By the way, the cardboard does not need to be full letter. Like right now the H is shorter because the orange is a bit longer, but it doesn't matter because when I glue gun the orange on top, you still have the full length of the letter, it's just the backing is nice and solid. Over here I'm using skewer sticks this will be the things that I stick into the ground. They are nice and sharp on one end, and the other end I'm just glue gunning, letting it rest. And here's the first letter, and that is what you're gonna need to do for, goodness, how many letters? All of the happy birthday letters. It took probably the longest, but it needed to be done. Now on to the next portion. Over here I'm showing you how I'm doing the stencil for the flower, the Hawaiian flower. Now I marked with the black the stuff that I need to cut out, and over here I have my different kind of scissors, I have my knife. By the way, X-Acto knife is very sharp. I'm very comfortable using it, but if you're not, please use scissors. It takes a bit longer, but it does get the job done. Over here I'm showing you that the little connector areas are great to keep for the stencil. When you're gonna spray paint, the more connectors you have, the better, because the paint is not gonna go all over the place. And over here is the second flower that I did, another very kind of Hawaiian-esque flower. By the way, if you're doing this, you don't need to do exactly these flowers. These are just the ones that I thought looked the most Hawaiian. The backing I just put in there with the cardboard is so that when I'm cutting, I don't cut my table. Here's the other stencil. So I wanted to show you where I'm at. So we have this totem pole happening right here. Gorgeous. And we have all of the letters. All of the letters are complete. This is the birthday, which is yellow. I still need to remove a bit of the pencil marks. And happy is in orange, of course. So now I'm going to go and do all the spray painting of the flowers. I have done the stencils as you have seen, and I'm very excited for it, though it's going to be challenging. So here I am prepping all of the bright spray paints that I have. I'm going to link them down below. I have these little rocks. What they are used for, and I've seen the spray paint artists use them, they just make stencil a bit heavier so that you don't have that space in between stencil and the paper. So I have the brown cardboard below, and then over here I'm going with the really bright neon spray paint. Now because the paper was brown, it took a few layers, but it still looked amazing, and I'm so glad I had this orange, bright neon orange spray paint and yellow and white. I'm glad that I had all these colors because yet again everything is closed right now, so it's not like I can go and buy them. Now when you take them off, be careful that the rocks don't smudge the paper. Sometimes it did that for me and that was not fun. Over here I'm doing the same thing, just with the heavier rocks, putting everything down, and this flower I decided to go for green. But then I felt it's a little flat, so I added white in the middle, and then I added a bit of the yellow also on the petals. Just give it a bit of a dimension. And few more time lapses of all of the different colors that I did. Over here is red and orange. And few more different color combinations. Try to make them different because the stencil is the same, but the only way to make these flowers different is by using different colors. Now over here I'm cutting out the rough shape, and again I need the cardboard to make the paper a little thicker so that when it stands up it's not flimsy. Again, very rough shape. I did not actually create the flower shape, it was just like as long as we have the base covered. And same thing with the little skewers. Putting a heavy book on it so that it's nice and flattened, and then a couple of skewers yet again. Position them however you would like. So about 6 days ago, I got this pineapple. The reason why I got it a bit earlier than the flowers, flowers I got just now and the birthday is tomorrow, is so that it's a little bit riper, so you can see it's nice and yellowy. That is because I want to have a smoothie. But it's also going to be very functional, and you will see what I'm about to do. Let's go. Now on to the next project. So the grand idea that I saw on Instagram to create the pot of the flower, the vase for the flower, out of pineapple. For that, of course, you need to scoop out all of the insides. Now that took me quite some time. It wasn't easy, but it's possible. And then I had a cup that fit perfectly. Over here, I'm adding the food for the flowers, and then I'm taking the clear tape and I'm doing a bit of like a A shape on top, or like a star shape on top of this, so that when I put the flowers in, they go in different slots, don't look kind of floppy, they look more like an arrangement. And here's me trying to play with the colors so that no colors are together. I like when the colors are all kind of spread around, it looks a little more interesting to me. And I also found a really cool tropical leaf over there that I used, and here's the final result. I think it looks absolutely adorable. Fits so well with the theme, and it's just a beautiful present for my mom's birthday tomorrow. Now onto the other smaller project. In the totem pole, there's a slot that we did with the chainsaw before, as you remember, and in there we need some kind of sign. So I wanted to say aloha, like the most common Hawaiian greeting, to keep up with the theme, and I needed to create some kind of little cutesy flower and a bit of tropical leaves. So over here I'm showing you how that sign was created. And here's the moment of truth. Will it fit? It fit perfectly and looked great. This is the morning of the birthday, so this is the next day. Here I am trying to hammer in the metal pole. It was pretty challenging, but you know what? It worked, and it was nice and solid, so I was very surprised. And onto the flowers and trying to figure out how everything would fit in. So my thought process was, if I were to put the letters in lightly, if I needed to remove them, it will be easier. What's funny is that I did not need to remove them, but it's a great technique in case you don't know if everything will fit. And over here I am adding all of the rest of the flowers. So happy birthday is kind of more behind and the flowers are in the front. It's totally, I was just going with however I felt would fit. There's really no rhyme or reason over here. And here's the final result. I think it looks so cool. It looks very fun, very bright. You can see this from very far away. The totem pole looks so cool. It just unifies everything, I find. And it's kind of like the focal point for all of the photos. And here are some of the photos of my mom and my parents. And here's the photo from our Hawaiian themed birthday party. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I have gotten such lovely feedback from all of the neighbors and all of the people who came over to celebrate with my mom. It was such a fun project, low budget, handmade, and just bringing the community, bringing the people together. So again, please subscribe, like, and share if you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Bye.